Hi, it's Heather from the Ringwood Library. Today we are going to talk about bones, joints, and making models. This activity is from this book, Bionic Beasts, by Jolene Gutierrez. We have this book at the library, so feel free to take it out. The book is all about animals who have needed artificial limbs because they have lost or were born without their limbs. In science, we talk about models frequently, or we use models a lot. Sometimes models are on a smaller scale, and models just represent the real thing. They aren't the real thing, but they represent it. So today I have a model of the bones in her hand, and it is pretty much a 2-scale model, which means it's life size. In fact, I think this one is probably for someone a little bit bigger than me. Okay, so the bones in a hand, in the fingers, are called the phalanges. Okay, and we have lots of them because our fingers bend. Now, if there was one bone per finger, we wouldn't be able to bend our fingers, and it's very important that we bend our fingers so that we can grasp things and hold on. So you can see that in this model, in our thumb, we have 1, 2, 3 bones. Now all these bones here in the middle are here in our hand. All of these are the ones that make our digits. All right, so the thumb has 3. All the others have 1, 2, 3, 4 bones. Okay. In between each of the bones, where it bends, is a joint. Inside the joint, you can find the tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. The tendons attach the bones to the muscle so that the muscle can make the motions. The cartilage protects the ends of the bones, and the ligaments connect the bones to each other so that they kind of stay in place and do what they're supposed to do. All right, so today we are going to make a bionic hand, a model of sorts. It's going to look like this. So you may have the materials at home. If you do not, we will have some kits available in the lobby for you to pick up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the bionic hand. Again, you'll need a cardstock sheet of paper, some straws, a pencil, some scissors, and some string or yarn or twine and tape. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is trace your hand on the sheet of paper. So place your hand there, take your pencil. You're going to trace a bit of your wrist down below and make your fingers a little fat. So hold them wide. And again, bring down the drawing towards your wrist. Okay. And then you're going to cut it out. Okay, the next step is that you want to figure out where the joints should be on your model hand. Now I've traced this hand, so this is going to be the top side. I want to flip it over. This is going to be my palm side. I can even write P, so I remember that this is the palm side. Okay, now looking at my hands, I'm going to kind of estimate where there's going to be a joint in each of my fingers. Now the thumb is going to bend. We're just going to kind of bend it a little bit where we think the joints are going to be. Now we need the bones, okay? And the bones are going to be the straws. When you cut the straws, you're going to cut them to fit into each of these areas, or you can kind of look at your finger and see how long each piece should be. And you'll cut the little pieces and tape them on to your model hand. And Be sure to leave a bit of a space between each of the bones to create the joint. Now we need to thread the string or yarn through each set of straws. So for each finger we will put the thread through. So make sure when you're taping the straws on that you don't tape either end of the piece shut, because the string needs to get through. And then pull the string through towards the wrist. Leave a little tiny bit at the top of the finger and tape it down. Repeat that for each of your fingers. You can use different colored pieces of string or yarn to represent the different fingers so that you know which one you're going to pull on to make it work. Or you can match the color straw to the color string, or you can use markers or paints to do that. But then you have a working model of a bionic hand. Enjoy.